Halloween might be over, but we're just getting started. This is mostly hoop. Halloween might be over, but we're just getting started. This is the Mostly Superheroes Halloween special. I almost was able to keep it together, I couldn't keep it together. Happy Halloween, fellas!
Yeah, happy Halloween.
The giggler.
There's gonna be a good share of giggles today,
dude. I can hear you. I feel like pull the mic just a little closer.
Oh, all right, yeah, good call. I'll make up for this. Sorry,
because I can actually hear you just fine through your mask, Mike. Are you gonna have a? I mean,
I'm not gonna do it the whole time, but I have. It feels like 100 of these.
What's up, folks? Hey, listeners. Sorry that we're so giggly right now. We are in costume for the Halloween special. So, if you have ever wondered, like, should I watch on YouTube? This is it. This is the one.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is the one that we have to do. I'm telling you, it's really spooky in here. We got the gizmo back.
I love it.
Let's go with Mike first. PC Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about your costume?
All right. So we were texting today, and kind of like, hey, I don't really have anything. I didn't go out this year for Halloween. Kind of played it safe, COVID and all that. But I remembered 2 years ago at a birthday party, my 30th birthday party. One of my good buddies' wives made all these wrestler heads on. Like fat heads on these big ass popsicle sticks. So I think I have 30 different wrestlers that I'm going to pull out throughout the episode and just have her in front of my face.
And he started with, of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, The Rock. He had to start.
And if I remember correctly, I was at that birthday party. I believe there were a lot of versions of your face.
Yes, and then people defaced. I got a text today. Somebody defaced it and made me look like Post Malone.
Oh, oh boy. Okay.
Missing some teeth, some tats.
All right. Well, I'm excited for you to bring out a different wrestler throughout the episode. And wrestling fans, this is going to be a real treat for you because you don't even know which ones he has.
Each segment, I'll do something different. So the first one's going to be The Rock. All
right. Andy, I mean, I feel like you can explain it, but I mean, you're Spider-Man.
I'm Tobey Maguire.
That's right. For the deep cuts, like we're universe specific here.
Yeah, actually, this is definitely not Tobey Maguire universe, but
you look like you've been hitting the gym in that thing.
A little bit. It's been a couple weeks off. It's amazing what you can accomplish.
I feel like I need to wear that just for self-confidence.
Put it under your actual clothes.
It's very soft too. Like.
Is that a new costume, or is that like something you've had? Is that like a go-to? Or?
I've had this in the storage for a little bit, but it was a good time to bring it back out. I think I got it a couple years ago for a party bus that went to Fast Eddie's, and this is the best time to bring it back out. I'm gonna wear this mask as long as possible, but it probably won't be that long.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I could tell that it was a go-to because it's like one of those. It's like nicer material. It's a little thicker.
You got these little armpit.
You got the
webs,
the spider wings.
Only thing they make it better is if I would have brought silly string and just surprised you guys and just.
I wish you would have.
I didn't.
But if you would have like shot it on this equipment, and I just got it back a couple days ago. You would have got like a real raw reaction of oh man.
I would have kept it away from the expensive stuff for sure.
All right, well, guys, thanks for playing dress up with us today. So I did an original costume. I think. I mean, maybe somebody's done it out there. If you have, let us know for sure. I'm Peter Quill, Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, but a version from a different universe where Tony actually killed him on Titan when he messed up and ruined taking the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos. So I'm the version that got killed but I'm in that universe. Since they're infinite multiverses, and you can have any theory you want. Tony Stark brought him back to life, and that's who I am.
Love it.
I love it.
And that jacket's sweet.
Yeah, the jacket really is what makes it. I mean, this is like the actual shirt he wears, not that actual shirt.
Oh, you bought it.
But a copy.
Yeah.
But he wears it in Guardians too, I think.
Okay.
But I got the blasters. I wore this last year for Halloween. I wore it to Wizard World Comic-Con. I got the mask, and then Carrie took care of the makeup for us.
Yeah. You just needed an excuse to wear that sweet jacket again, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
As many times as I can wear it.
Yeah.
For real. So happy Halloween to everyone out there. Yeah, it's November 2nd. Look at the calendar.
Oh,
look at you.
Circled and everything.
Yeah, I don't want to brag, but I know what day it is.
Incredible Hulk with the shaggy haircut, too.
And I can't forget to mention that October's superhero on the calendar was the Wasp. And I'm sorry that we missed you. Because I left it on September the whole time.
Oh, that's good.
So anyway, it's November 2nd. Yeah, we're a couple days out of Halloween, but I said I want to do a special. We have a lot to talk about. So with that, let's move along to our first segment.
Fan mail.
All right, so fan mail is fun today. And all right, so you know that I don't know who that is.
Road Warrior Animal.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
He just passed away.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
R.I.P.
His son is James Laurinaitis, used to play on the St. Louis Rams.
Truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of facts there. I love his makeup,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the spider on his forehead.
Yeah. Legion of Doom, man. They were a tag team and a half back in the day.
Before we go into fan mail, I forgot to talk about one thing. You'll notice I got a new thermos bottle here today.
I like it.
I put it on social media, but on the way back from our vacation in Tennessee, which I'm back, guys. First of all, I missed you guys. Missed you guys, missed the listeners, missed the studio. Good to be back. And we stopped at a Superman museum, and this was my souvenir. So I don't know if you can really see that on that camera. This is in Metropolis, Illinois. Mike, I believe you've been there.
Yeah, we went there kind of like random, kind of like you did on the way back from, I think, a Nashville trip.
Yep.
But it's kind of, it's cool to see. I mean, it's a little tourist trappy, but
It is.
it is what it is.
But it's I walked in and it was the dad and daughter, and they said they've been there like 28 years or something.
Mhm.
But I mean, they got like some actual suits.
Yeah.
From the movies. I think that was it. That's
That statue's cool too. It's big.
oh, the statue is actually big. Yeah, there's a statue out front. That's like Mike's talking about the billboard. So
Yeah.
it's like every tourist attraction.
Yeah.
In 10 miles,
Mhm.
Superman statue. But it was cool. The museum was sick. And they even had like the Dean Cain suit
Is it free to go?
from the Adventures of Lois and Clark.
Or do you have to pay to get in?
$5.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
$5 gets you through the whole thing. I put some pictures up so you guys can check them out. But I definitely want to plug them today. And we got a piece of Superman memorabilia to put on the shelf.
Nice.
All right, so fan mail is kind of weird today. There's not really a ton of like handwritten fan mail this week. That's on you guys if you're listening. So
It's not our fault.
it's not my fault. If you're like, oh man, there isn't any,
Do better.
do something about it.
Yeah. Make a change or get a plug.
Yeah, and maybe get a little plug. And we do have a couple of people we're gonna plug today, so I'm
Nice.
excited about that.
Good. Those are exciting.
I just wanted to give you the rundown. We did do some Halloween stuff, over the weekend. Saw a couple friends, and I got up on the screen here. We went classic Edward and Bella from Twilight. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I just thought it was winter and you just weren't tan anymore.
I saw our buddy Parker, and he literally asked Carrie if I was sick. He actually, you know what he said? He goes, "Are we?" He like pulled Carrie to the side, and he goes, "Are we dressing up this year?" Like he was asking if we were in costume. He just thought I was like legit sick.
In fairness, I did see what Parker wore. He had sunglasses on.
He had sunglasses on.
So,
He was
he was
Slash. He
Slash.
was Slash.
Same age. Parker and Slash.
Parker and Slash. If you're listening out there, Parker. Did you guys dress up outside of here?
I did not.
That's what you
not
were
at
saying.
all.
You guys have pretty chill weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's COVID days. Yeah, we didn't. We just
No,
saw a few friends and
I even was antisocial and I turned my porch light off so no kids came by.
Mm-hmm.
I had mine on and no kids came by anyways. So
I had mine on. One kid came by before we left, and he saw us, so I didn't want to ignore him. We didn't have any candy.
Yeah.
But I opened the door and I said, like, we don't have any candy. Nice costume. Get out of here.
I'd give you some CDs or from some fruit, maybe.
Yeah, right. But the kid would have freaked out if he would have seen the studio. He'd have been like, I want all that.
here's 7 grapes.
Don't
Don't you have a little story? Are you gonna share your little story
which one?
about the whole meeting thing? Are you gonna do that, or is that anything?
The whole what thing?
You and Carrie meeting and
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah.
costume?
I should. I guess I should. Just I won't get into it too deep because we have a lot today, but it is a big deal.
you had that jacket on.
Yeah. A year ago, I met my now fiance, Carrie. Like I literally met her October 24th last year at a Halloween party, wearing this jacket, wearing this mask.
Magic
Happened. It was like love at first sight. I don't know if I ever said it on this show before. It's just one day I'll get to, we're going to have some more personal spinoffs of this show. Working on a show called My Turn. And it's, we got some episodes down, and like, I'd really like to dive in deep on that someday about like, talk about a guy wasn't looking for anything, didn't want like a relationship at all. She was in the same boat. And then you talk about like day one, unexplainable chemistry, like fireworks, the feeling like warm all over, all that stuff that I was like, that's not even real.
Mm-hmm.
One day I want to bust it open, but that happened to me a year ago, and now my whole life has changed. I mean, obviously a pandemic was a big part of that, but also her and I, here where we are now, we live together. We're engaged to be married, and yeah, that was
awesome.
That was a year ago. But yeah, thanks she's gonna appreciate you reminding me to share that.
I didn't want to like blow it up on
reminder.
I didn't want to blow it up on the. I thought it was maybe going to come on the slides.
You know what it is? I think that's part of like it's like, where do I let the ego shine and not shine? I was like, I don't want to like focus too much on just like me being in love. But it is about like Halloween, and we are like a Halloween couple.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, the last 2 pictures have been you guys.
Yeah, it does seem like. Well, that was the other thing. I was like, I don't want to be the Logan and Carrie show today, but it is a little bit. We did have a poll out there. Who won the pumpkin carving contest? I did Superman. She did Skull. The winner's Skull.
Yeah, I voted Skull.
Yeah, you guys were really like 2 of the only votes. There weren't that many votes.
I felt terrible because I accidentally wasn't it like one where you had to like for one, retweet for the other?
Correct? It was, yeah. I tried out one of those, and this is wait. Let me see if I can tell you this one. That's Triple H.
Yeah,
correct.
Triple H.
So I mistakenly voted for Carrie, but I meant to vote for you, and then I switched the vote, and I was like, oh no, hopefully she didn't see it. She's gonna be mad. Sorry, Carrie.
Oh, she's been talking to me about it for weeks.
Yeah, I bet.
What would Triple H pick, you think, out of that, Skull or Superman?
100%
Skull. He's the king of kings.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Triple H. I'm just proud of myself for getting that one.
Yeah. Very stern look. That's why I pulled it out, like a stern
look.
Yeah, you're 2 for 3. You're not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Hey, there's
it's all downhill from here.
There's some obscure ones in here. So
this is a fan mail that kind of like I'm bragging about. Logan Dominic. First of all, sick name.
Yeah, Dominic rules.
That's good. That's good.
I can't see anything.
You can't? You want to take off your mask?
No, I'm keeping it.
All right.
I'm gonna try to go the whole time.
I love that. I mean,
it's dedication.
That's dedication, and like I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
All right.
You look
We'll
fantastic.
We'll be your eyes.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Oh, that's sweet, Logan. That's a really cool graphic.
No description.
Cool. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Dominic, Logan Dominic is, I think he's the main little kid that's dressed up as Batman, famously, and like wears like the legit suit. And they did that like Batman parade years back.
Was he sick?
I thought so, but honestly, and this is where I might just be totally mistaken. This might be a separate kid, but it seemed like he professionally cosplays. He has like 16,000 followers. So I thought it was the same kid, and he had pictures of like the legit Batman suit on his Instagram. This kid, I shouted him out, and he shared us on his Instagram story. Awesome. And I was like, I gotta try to get this kid on the show. He does like a whole bunch of stuff. He nailed the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Like, looks just like it. You saw it on the story?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that. Want to say Dominic, we're Logan Dominic. You got me saying Dominic now. His name's my name. We like what you're doing. And yeah, we'd love to have you on the show. Tell us what you're doing on your next cosplay project. All right, we're going to go through a few polls real quick. We had some polls out there on the internet. You guys on Twitter been on jumping in on it. Last one I did was very simple. Are you excited about Dexter? Do you not know? Are you kind of? Overwhelmingly, 86% of people said, yes, we're ready. And the rest of the people said kinda. Nobody said no. Nobody said unsure. People are excited for Dexter. At least the people that are following me.
I think I was one of the kind of votes.
Well, yeah, because you haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you now, you haven't watched any of it yet. It's only been a couple weeks.
No, I started something new today that we'll talk about here later. But
of course.
No, I haven't got into it.
Okay, well, and that's okay. I'm not rushing you. I was just this is a way for us to call it back.
That might be a show like, hey, with the lady, like, hey, would you like to start? Have you ever seen Dexter? Would you like to watch Dexter?
And it makes you look really good because you're not a killer.
I watched a whole season of it on Saturday.
Of Dexter?
One sitting, yeah.
What season?
2.
They're all good.
Yeah. Yep.
They're all good. Like they're all really.
How
good.
many episodes is in it?
12.
12 hours. Dang.
Told you I didn't do anything.
It sounds like a great weekend, though.
It was.
Like, it sounds perfect.
Did you have any good food and eats and stuff as you did that?
Of course.
What'd you eat?
My roommate made chili cheese dip, taquitos, hot pizza rolls, mini tacos.
Sounds like
all the bangers.
Cookies.
Yeah. Did you have a bunch of Mountain Dew and stuff too?
We're gonna drink this Mountain Dew and stay up all night.
Diet Dr. Peppers with cherry. That's about it.
Nice.
That sounds pretty good.
It was lit.
It's lit.
There's a soundbite for us for the future. All right, so we'll keep you posted on Dexter as we hear more about that show coming. All right, so we had a poll that went out, and then we talked about it, and then more people went and voted. It was who's your favorite Spider-Man. Originally, Shameik Moore had the most votes. Correction, the poll is now final. Tom Holland made a real big comeback. So they're not clapping for or against anyone. I'm just clapping because the poll's over.
They're clapping. Andrew Garfield tried.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was in fourth place, just so you know.
Did he have any votes?
Tobey Maguire got the second to last. Yeah, everybody got votes.
Okay. Good for them.
And we did have a couple people shout us out on Twitter. Wanted to shout them out now. Here we go. This one is the Twitter handle. Hinata Uzu Makipo.
Nailed it.
HINATAUZUMAKIPO.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. I gotta shout out people that have easier, like Jerry Smith.
Yeah.
Would be nice. And then we got Green Child Grown on Twitter too. That's a lot easier. Nice. Green Child Grown. Those guys shouted us out. They voted. Thank you guys. If you want to get shouted out, give us a vote. Give a engage with us at some point on social media, and we'll get you on here. Right now, we have a current poll going out there. What's your favorite streaming service right now? And if you had to vote, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Netflix, HBO Max.
Do you want us to vote like live?
I would love for you two to give your like kind of your raw take. Who would you vote for? We're not going to dive into it deep. Like, what's your first reaction?
HBO Max currently. It's really a no-brainer for me.
I think so too. That's where I've been sitting with it.
It's a no-brainer for me, honestly.
I mean, they've just been pumping out content, good content.
I watched. I'll wait, but
we'll wait. What do you think?
I was gonna say Netflix just because of volume, but
I would agree with the volume piece.
HBO Max, I think they're definitely getting there for sure.
Well, I just feel like they have a high caliber.
They're making their own stuff now.
All right,
and I mean HBO Max, all those HBO shows. Like, if you've never watched The Sopranos, go watch The Sopranos.
Yeah, and there's a lot of HBO films or Warner Brother films that are on there that you probably haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
I'd also say though, just to make it interesting, don't forget that Amazon Prime released a banger of a second season of The Boys, and we know how smart that was. And if that's any indication of the writing team we're dealing with, then they got to prove themselves, but I feel like they have in a big way too.
Did you ever watch Jack Ryan off Amazon Prime?
Never saw that one.
No, me either.
I've considered it.
Yeah,
I've always considered it, but I've always been like, nah.
I don't like Prime because I'm pretty new to it, but it confuses me. Like, what can I watch on here? Because they do a lot of like, if you have Showtime, if you have HBO, you can watch this, or
that's always a real
$3.99.
That's always a real kick in the balls when you think like you have it, and it's like, kinda, not really.
You can pay for it.
No, we're just letting you see it here.
Mm-hmm. And I think Disney Plus just needs more stuff. original content for me.
All right, fair
And
enough.
I don't have kids. If I had kids, Disney Plus would probably be number one.
Could be a total game changer. That changes the whole thing. So let us know what you think. We do a lot of polling on Twitter. I found that I really enjoy putting polls out there on Twitter the most. It just seems like the cleanest ways to get out like quick little ones. They have like the structure where you can have up to 4 options. And of course, wrestler
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, he has a 2x4. I have a signed 2x4 by Hacksaw Jim Duggan at my
Hell
house.
yes.
Yeah, I went to WrestleMania a couple years ago, and we went to like WrestleCon, it's called.
WrestleCon, of course.
Yeah, I met Psycho Sid, my favorite wrestler of all time. I said, "Thank you for everything you've done for me," and he said, "What?" And I was like, "So
call
nervous.
call him dad.
Dad,
Yeah.
like, take me home with you." And I met Hacksaw.
Was that a magical moment?
Yeah.
Was that like, did you cry?
No, but it was like, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing we did.
Wait, does Hacksaw have just 2x4s?
Yeah, he has
for sale?
2x4s, and he just
And he hits people with them.
yeah, but he's like, "Hey, Mike," or what do you say on it? Like, "Good luck." Good to Mike, good luck. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Hall of Fame class whenever he was inducted. I was like,
That's perfect though.
yeah.
Good luck.
I love it.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm liking the wrestling just being sprinkled throughout the episode today. Makes it extra special. All right, I think this is our last poll. We did I put this out here, and it's really from just to get there. It was what's your favorite 90s TV show? We did Fresh Prince, Full House, Family Matters, and Step by Step. I don't think it's any shocker. The overwhelming winning vote was Fresh Prince.
Mhm.
So that's cool. Thank you for participating. No one really retweeted that one or anything, so I can't shout you out again. Again, on you guys. What I'm more excited to say about this is Mike and I have talked about this. This was going to be, Andy, when you were out of town, so now we can just all do it. We were going to do an episode where we take you through some 90s TV show theme songs. And it's going to take place on Mostly Superheroes, the music show.
It's going to be a nostalgia blast to the face.
It is. And what's fun is, I don't want to spoil the surprise too much, but like the main takeaway is we have found a very, very awesome artist on Spotify. I've reached out to him. We'll see if he actually gets back to me. You never know with that kind of stuff. But he has covered essentially all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it is good. It's like kind of like rocky punk version of like Step by Step, Family Matters songs. Again, I don't want to spoil too much.
I like
So
that.
if you guys are interested, or if you're interested, Andy, like I said, we all do it. Totally different vibes on the music show. I've been doing it lately. That's no video. We do audio only because it's an audio show. We, whenever you're here in the studio, like imagine it with no videos, like cameras on. It's just a little bit different dynamic. I even feel different when I record. And then I just want to update you guys real quick on the music show because it's been a while since we met, probably about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think when I announced then, we had some news about Spotify had tweeted it out, an exec from Spotify. Well, since then, the show has had over 10,000 streams.
It's awesome.
Starts. We got 2,400 people like actively listening out there, and we're about to hit 500 subscribers.
Wow.
So just really exciting news. I think that, like I said, different vibes in this show, but what's fun and what I'm realizing as I'm recording week to week is everything intermingles together. So we've already got ourselves our own kind of little Mostly Superheroes multiverse. And we're just going to be jumping around. Today, I accidentally hit the meet button when I was recording, and like I wasn't doing the meet. I just hit the wrong button. And I was like, that's an Easter egg for you. And now if you're listening to this show, you're like double Easter egg. Like I'm basically at the fifth wall at this point.
You're in their house.
I'm knocking on the door.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out, it is a separate show. It has to be exclusively on Spotify because it pulls from the Spotify music library. Man, it is fun. And I'm excited to get you guys in here, specifically you two, to come in here and record. But I'm excited for you, the listener. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to Spotify, search Mostly Superheroes, the music show. I think if you even just search the music show, you're going to see it has our Mostly Superheroes logo on it, but it has its own unique, beautiful brand. And go check it out. We're going to have a lot more fun with that.
You can't see it, but I have a smile on my face from all that information you just
it is funny.
threw at us.
I have been wondering how you feel about everything. I was like, Andy's not really liking any of this.
It's like people with masks. Like I tell a joke and it's just like dead eyes.
Right.
It's like your eyes.
It's like this.
It's like practice for just normal life now.
I really like when I go to the grocery store and have my mask on. It is like I'll try so hard to just be like I'll try to be like
You do the courteous like smile wave, like
a lot more of that.
yeah.
I've done it like 5 times. I've looked at you guys and smiled, and then I'm like, oh wait, they can't even see what I'm doing.
I'm so glad you're in costume, like in mask. Thank you for committing.
No problem.
All right, how about we do our next section?
What you watching?
I mean, Sasha
Correct.
Banks.
Yep, Sasha Banks.
Oh, here. Oh, I gotta get a. There's got to be something. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
There it is.
Sasha Banks. Yeah, there's a reason.
Legit boss.
There's a reason.
The champ.
She's the champ. Is
Yeah.
she? Is it? She won.
Yeah, she's the women's champ. She beat Bailey
When was that?
a couple weeks ago.
Did you guys watch?
At Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
I should have. I heard it was really good. I
It was-
watched on
it
Twitter.
was-
I followed on Twitter.
It was
but-
pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, if you're wondering why we're immediately talking about a wrestler again, first of all, Mike is still popping up these cutout faces. How many do you really have? Is it like 50?
I don't think it's that many. I think it's like 25.
It's like you're on PTI, the
Yeah.
ESPN show. They have those all in the background.
Well, she's also going to be in at some point here,
Mandalorian.
which season 2 just dropped 2-3 days ago. I mean, I told you guys, I texted you, I said, I was like, I would like to only really talk about this, but of course, as always, if you guys want to highlight something else that you're really enjoying, please do. Mandalorian, you guys have seen it.
Yes.
Season 2, episode 1,
Yes, sir.
chapter 9.
Yeah, I
believe.
thought that was that confused me, but
It was confusing for a moment for me too, and then I remembered, oh yeah, it's chapters.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna say it right now. Spoiler alert for season 2, episode 1. We have a Halloween feature that we're gonna do for you today, so I don't want to spend too much time here. But I had to at least acknowledge, at least from my take, instantly, they're back.
I don't think they missed a beat, really.
yeah, that was awesome.
It was unbelievable.
It's a good first episode to kind of get you back into like the mode of it.
Back
I
in
don't
the
think there was
mode.
much besides the end, and we'll get to that, but I don't think there was much like, and again, I'm not in the Star Wars lore, but there wasn't much. It was one of those episodes like we kind of talked about it, like not filler, but kind of like to get us back into it. I felt like his mission this time.
Yep.
It was kind of just like, I don't know, get the feet wet again.
It felt like some of that mission episode.
To like when he's going to get his ship back or whatever from the
yes.
Jabba walkies.
And
or
this
whatever.
was, he's doing this, and like you could tell that, they got to start somewhere with the story. And it was, okay, where we left off was, I'm going to take this Yoda back to its land, but then they open up with, well, to do that, I first need to track down Mandalorians, build a network of them, and they're going to help me get back. So, I mean, which, sign me up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like more Mandos. What's his name in this episode? Josh,
The Marshal.
the Marshal. He was the Marshal. He's in
Justified.
Justified, Santa Clarita Diet.
Girl Next Door.
He's the guest star on this episode, and he killed it. I forget his name. Josh. It's Josh something. But either way, he killed it. We said spoiler alert, but like I said, we're not trying to dive in the whole story. But obviously the takeaway, just jumping ahead to, you meet like what you think's a Mandalorian.
Timothy Olyphant or whatever.
That's his name.
Yeah,
Oh,
Olyphant.
I was way off. I think I always call him Josh, and then Carrie's always like, "You're wrong."
Yeah, he's good though. He's
So good. He just like, I feel like you would think he might be too much for this universe, but then like he wasn't. Like it's just, I love how every time they bring you to a new place in this show, it's almost like the universe within the universe of like, okay, this is its own town. It has its own problems. Yes, they talk about the Death Star blowing up in this episode. He goes, that's the second one, that is. Did you catch that? That's
No, I did not.
yeah, somebody said that in the episode. It's like, that's back when the Death Star blew up. Second one. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they fight a dragon in episode 1.
Yeah.
And again, I've said spoiler alert twice. So,
like a Trimmer's dragon too.
yeah, like the biggest trimmer that could ever
Yeah.
be existing. We should do those. Pull those back out
Those
of the vault.
movies. Yeah, they're wild.
So anyway, we got a lot of season to go. We're going to cover it each week. And man, oh man, it was fun. It's
Yeah.
hard to watch these 1 week at a time, but
It is.
I did it for the boys. We can do it.
And then at the very end,
Go ahead.
is
It's
it?
it's Boba Fett.
It's Boba Fett.
Yeah, right, Andy.
Yes.
Boba Fett.
It's the actual actor.
It's the
right?
actual actor. And what I said at first was, I go, oh, that's one of the Clone Wars, or one of the clones, I mean. But I always get that part about the story confused. Like, Boba Fett was the original clone. Or, see, like, that's where I'll get it real. This is where Star Wars fans are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, all right. But what I thought at the end, I agree. I thought, Boba Fett's here.
Yeah.
I've also seen other people online saying that. So that's what I'm under the impression of. This is where we need the diehard Star Wars fans to get their voice out there, reach out to us. Like, really, like, be like, hey, man, you're getting this wrong. Pick up your phone, record yourself on video, as long as you're 18 years or older. Send it in, and tell us what's going on with that Boba Fett, because I feel like I'm butchering something there, but like that's what I saw, and I'm like, this is cool as hell.
Yeah. He's gonna try to get his suit back.
Yeah, that's what. Yes,
So
right.
It's 5 years after we last saw Boba Fett, technically, right?
Yeah, because doesn't Boba Fett die? Oh, so now he's
he gets
This in like I read like in
in the
quicksand.
sand
And
pit-
quicksand.
sand
It's
pit with
during the
that
big
monster
battle.
at the bottom.
yeah, at the beginning of Empire.
Sarlacc pit, I think it was what it
Oh
calls.
wow, good job. Yeah, and Luke, and there's the epic Luke. Luke's got the lightsaber. He's doing flips. They're out in the desert. Man, I love that they went right back to Tatooine. I was like, cool.
Sure.
People out there love it though. Rotten Tomatoes already gave it. It's got rankings out there. 93% on the tomato meter, or thermometer. How do you say that?
I don't know. Some say tomato, some say tomato.
Then the audience score is at 92. So really hot out of the gate.
Yeah.
Mike, you wanted to highlight some other things you're watching too, though.
Yeah, I started watching. I have two things. I started watching Titans on HBO Max, and so far I think I'm on episode 4. It's really good. And Doom Patrol's. It was on the Doom Patrol episode, so Doom Patrol's in Titans. I read that Titans started Doom Patrol. I think Doom Patrol went really well, so like, oh, maybe do a show about this.
Right, and it was like that's how it was like an introduction of the Doom Patrol was in an episode of Titans.
Titans, yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's cool. It's a different story, and you're getting some Batman kind of things with Dick Grayson and stuff. And
Where are you in the show? Because there are three.
I'm on episode 4.
There are 3 seasons, I think.
2
seasons.
2 seasons.
So I think I told you. For me, it was like this show just keeps getting better.
Yeah, and it's entertaining. It's cool to see like you get a little backstory with Dick Grayson, and it's from his parents. It's the same story we got in Batman Forever, but probably done a lot better.
Mhm.
With his parents falling, and he's a vengeful kid, and Bruce takes him under his wing to save him. So it's entertaining. I like it, and I kind of was on Doom Patrol for a while and switched to this, and I think I'm gonna watch Titans and then Doom Patrol. Kind of go that way.
That's a good move, and everyone out there that's trying to maybe get caught up on DC and is trying to figure out like what should I watch in HBO land, you should take a page out of Mike's book here. Those are 2 shows that are definitely in the universe of what's happening in the DC world now. And you talk about all these things that are happening that we've always talked about: Peacemaker show, Suicide Squad, the Justice League Snyder cut, and this show it's a hard R.
Yeah, it's MA, and he's like an F Bruce Wayne at one point, or Batman, whatever he called him.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
It's good. It's entertaining, and I think they're only going to get better because now they have the backing. We just talked about it. HBO. I think season 3 is coming out of HBO Max, so they got all that backing now with that, because it first was on that DC universe thing that we've talked about,
Mhm.
and now it's just going to be on HBO Max original exclusive. So,
Yeah. I
Dude,
think they were already
have you seen it?
renewed for season 4 too. You mentioned the fourth season, but
Oh yeah, that was one of the shows they announced from DC fandom that like was saved, got picked up, and I think has like a future ahead of it.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it.
I've seen the first episode I watched like a couple of years ago, but I had to. I don't know. I think I moved on to something else. Who knows?
Yeah.
Give it another shot for sure.
My only What You Watching was The Mandalorian. Andy, was there anything that you wanted to highlight that you're watching lately?
I'm in the middle of Dexter. Like I said, we watched 12 hours on Saturday, probably another 6 on Sunday after
grinding.
The good football games were over. Undefeated Steelers rep. Anyways, that's all I've been watching.
I have to always look at Mike. I'm like, what do you think about that too?
I'm just happy I didn't have to wear the Titans jersey that during our bet.
Oh yeah, that was the bet. So, who won the bet?
Steelers won.
So do I have to wear a jersey?
No, you don't have to.
No, we made it. We made a bet.
I mean, I kept it one side. I didn't really say like you have to do anything. It was just I just said I'll wear the Titans jersey on air if they.
I'll wear it in the next episode that you're here.
All right.
Yeah, well, a bet's a bet, dude.
All right.
All right.
You're a good man.
That's right. Live up to his word.
2 things before we move on.
Yeah.
Just looked it up. Teen Titans, or just Titans, not teen. Drop the teen because it's hard.
It is. You're right. It's
Um,
Titans. It's like, we're not teens anymore.
So the filming for it began October 13th.
Oh,
And it
this
will-
year.
Yeah, and it will conclude June 10th for season 3.
okay.
I
All
want
right.
to say. So you got some time. And then I'm watching one other thing. It's the new HBO show called The Undoing.
I have not seen that.
Nicole Kidman, Hugh Grant,
Oh yeah, that was
psychological thriller. 2 episodes out. I've seen the first one. I'm invested. It's entertaining.
Okay.
I'm a
Good to
big
go.
thriller guy. I'm a thriller. I like thrillers, and this
Well-
one's a little mystery type of thing too. So.
We like thrillers around here. It's more of like evil villain.
Yeah.
But
But no, it's
pretty
good.
close.
It's
If you had Michael Jackson Thriller queued up,
I thought you did.
that'd be
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool.
at the touch of a button.
Hey,
that would've been-
maybe on the music show. You know, if it's on there.
Mhm.
I mean, it'd be super controversial to play Michael Jackson music. I'd be interested to see how people reacted. I'd probably do it just to really see how people reacted.
just to get the people going.
All right, cool. Well, the only thing I will highlight for what you watch, and before we move on, we got a very minimal news and rumors. We're gonna try to get to the meat a little quicker today. But Carrie and I did just wrap up. We are up to speed on the Fast Saga. Just burning rubber.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna talk about the end. It's on the coming up list, but the Fast and Furious special is coming. Whole episode. Yeah.
Just give me some morning. I gotta watch them all.
Go ahead and watch them all. Tell Mike he's invited.
Okay.
That's your
He
boy.
was just asking about it today.
Yep, I know, and we had talked about it, and he claims to be an expert. Carrie's also an expert too. I want Mike to be here for it, but are you a big fan of
You
it?
want me to be like the expert guy, like just kind of hang out and be like ask questions like that people need answered that aren't really.
It might be the move, and honestly, I can technically, like, if I spread it out the right way, I could technically get 5 mics in here, and we need a lot of us because I'd like for us to go from memory with like only the movie posters up. Because I don't, it's not about like all the intricate details. I just want to see if we can tell like the most. We'll just tell the most basic storyline.
So
of like,
did you
just tell me what happened. You don't have to tell me like who was in this scene, which we can do. I mean, it's going to be a whole episode. But like, I want to talk about like, all right, it starts off, with Brian O'Connor. He's infiltrating. Like, I mean, I want to jump into the story and just talk our way through and like just look at the posters to make sure we don't get off track because I don't want to like get ahead of ourselves. And as a team, as a family,
is Hobbs and Shaw
as a
in this?
family.
Aw.
Oh, we watched Hobbs. That was how we wrapped it up. We watched Hobbs and Shaw last night, and I'm thinking that Hobbs and Shaw is building up a huge villain for like the next Fast 9, F9.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. I don't think they've officially announced.
Is the moon thing a joke or is they really going to the moon?
Dude, it makes all the sense in the world. Have you seen Hobbs and Shaw?
Mm-mm.
They're fighting the Terminator. He literally has like his
Idris Elba?
spine. Yeah, Idris Elba literally has his spine open in the movie. Spoiler alert for Hobbs and Shaw. No,
Not today.
I'll tell you right now. Only the people that need to see that movie, they've all seen it.
Yeah.
They saw it 3 times in theaters.
I watched it Thursday at midnight, right when it came out, man.
At one point, again, spoiler alert, they have his spine like open, and they're putting in like
Who, the bad guy?
the bad guy. They're putting in like technology, and he can literally like punch through walls. But the only people that can take his punches,
Are Hobbs and Shaw?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Are
Again-
they a team or are they against each other? We have so much stuff.
That's the whole. You might have to come.
Yeah.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Fast and Furious.
But we just wrapped it up, so get going.
Too fast. Too furious.
Too fast for y'all, man. before we move on? No, we can move on. Let's go to our next section, and we'll take a break before we do the meat today. Today, let's jump on and make sure I can get to the part where I push the button, and here comes the button push.
News and rumors.
I think you know.
Who's
know
that?
This one.
Is that a famous one?
It's the most famous of all time.
I'm obviously kidding.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, baby.
Yeah, but it's an older Hulk.
The whole.
It says the Hulkster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hulk is also
It's a
our
young Hulk. He's got some hair in this one actually.
So do we think that the Hulk Hogan, his name came from the Marvel Hulk,
Probably.
the superhero?
Probably something like that.
It had to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but like
I mean,
then he took over with it. He's like
Yeah.
Hulkamania.
Yeah. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins.
I heard that isn't there a documentary coming out on him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris
I mean,
Hemsworth is
Chris
playing him
Hemsworth?
in a-
he. I mean, he's not a good person towards the end.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
There's some controversy with Hulk Hogan. We don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, okay. Well, I do remember him in the Rent-A-Center commercials.
He's
yeah.
Well, we're gonna talk about it eventually.
Yeah.
But is it dark?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, this is the Halloween.
Racist.
he said some racist things.
Oh,
There's
shoot.
a sex tape of him. He sued Gawker. He changed the media industry. He got $100 million from Gawker.
You're telling somebody that doesn't know anything about this, so I'm like in awe right now.
Yeah. His son killed somebody in a Fast 9 type of thing, a street
Oh,
racing.
shit, yeah.
So this is why they're doing the documentary.
I mean, I don't know what. I think it might be his early life when he was actually arrested.
Yeah, but how do you make a movie about him without talking about that?
I don't think they're even going to go into that in the documentary.
It's too because it was like
It's a
couple years
biopic,
ago.
not documentary. I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
Like a biopic,
Like the wrestler with.
they're
Mickey
telling the
Rourke.
part of the story they want to tell.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
So probably him slamming Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Well, we'll see. I don't know how you talk about that and like
But yeah, he changed.
that's a lot of news.
Yeah, he got like $100 million from Gawker because they released his sex tape.
Well, is that why you did Hulk Hogan? That was perfect. That was like a news
No.
update. That was perfect.
He was just next. I can't even see who I'm pulling out.
You never know who it
No.
is, except for Sasha.
Yeah, I knew Sasha.
You planned that one. All right. Well, I have a few quick things. We're gonna breeze through these. Shout out Brandon Davis, BD Davis, BD Brandon Davis on Instagram, comicbook.com. They are basically always have the news for all the episodes you listen to. No official capacity just yet. Moon Knight series on I think it's a series, or is this one of the movies?
I think it's a
series.
I always get it mixed up because
Pretty
Shang-Chi is a show, right?
Yeah, Moon Knight's a series.
Okay, Moon
For
Knight.
sure.
They just cast Oscar Isaac. He plays Poe in the Star Wars films.
Knew he looked familiar.
Yep, that's him. So, quick news there. I don't want to dwell on it too much. As we always say here, grain of salt with all this news. They didn't announce like a filming date, but to see this guy attached to this franchise, he was so underutilized.
And after this came out, I started getting stuff sent to me about Moon Knight, and it interests me.
Yeah.
Like him always, is he fighting Dracula the whole time?
Tell me I don't know anything about this.
He's
superhero.
hilarious.
This is again call to arms for any Moon Knight people out there. But you've been reading?
Yeah, people have been sending me stuff like screen grabs of what Moon Knight actually like says, and like they're like, I hope he's actually
who
like
sent you that?
Jake Black.
Oh, our buddy. I thought you were getting fan mail.
No.
I was real pissed. I was like, you guys need to send. Don't email Mike directly. Don't go around the show.
I mean, it's like he just says some off the wall stuff, like
his lines, like from the comic books.
yeah, it's like funny stuff.
Just like funny.
Mooney, let someone else have a turn for once. No, Punisher is my homie. Only I get to give him a goodnight kiss.
Okay, so it
Like stuff like that.
seems like kind of Deadpool-y.
Yeah, very Deadpool-y. But he's
Wow.
always like going after like Dracula, and he's like, "Hey, yo, is Dracula there? He owes me money," and like stuff like that. I don't know, but
This is interesting. And then
Yeah.
you got the Morbius stuff, like we've talked about the Marvelverse.
but my question is because it's kind of vulgar some of this stuff that's on here,
mm-hmm,
and if it's attached to Disney Plus, is it going to be like a G version of this?
well, you talk about Deadpool-y, they've said that they're going to make those rated R, and they own them now. They bought Fox.
Yeah.
So like that, I mean, we obviously the
I mean,
mutant.
but like, is there any R movies on Disney Plus?
I don't think so.
I may have to put some privacy controls on there. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
parental controls.
it's just a matter of parental controls.
I mean, there's R movies on Netflix, and they do it.
yeah,
fine.
you can set the rating, you set the age, you give the profiles out,
yeah.
you monitor. Again, this is where Disney has to like take a page out of the streaming services. I've figured that part out.
Man, Moon Knight created in like 1972.
Okay,
Wow,
interesting.
I didn't realize that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see what happens in Moon Knight. I'm excited for. I mean, anytime there's MCU news, always. So, welcome to the club, Oscar. Saw Spider-Man 3 started filming. I mean, that's a little bit more concrete than there's going to be 100 live-action Spider-Mans.
One even took a break to be here today.
Yeah, this is big news. Are you jealous?
That's
Since you're Tobey Maguire. I mean, did we talk about it? I think we did on this show that Tobey Maguire, he literally is like pushing back on his contract for more screen time.
Really?
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
hope that was not real. I don't know.
I just thought it was funny, like being like, I'm gonna be the main Spider-Man again.
I'm back, baby.
That's
And he's
bully Maguire.
He's like either me and either Kirsten comes with me or it's none of us.
Oh my god.
James Franco's like, what?
So yeah, that's coming up. So excited to see about that. Zack Snyder, he posted out a picture from the set of Justice League, the Snyder cut that they're doing HBO. Just more indication that things are.
Are they
moving along.
adding people to it too, or like we're doing
Yeah.
reshoots? Or
Yeah,
something?
there's a lot of reshoots. So they've
Are they just doing the movie over?
yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's slowly turning to that.
I mean, BD Davis, he says here, Justice League Take Two. I mean, it's just like it's exactly what it is. And I mean, that's why it's super controversial too. It's like you're redoing just the whole thing. But then again, what are we going to talk about today? Halloween.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it. Like, there's like, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But also,
I'm excited.
I'm
for it.
here for it.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to see Ben Affleck on screen
Just
with
think if they
Michael
went-
Keaton.
Yeah, just think if they went back and were like, let's try Batman and Robin again.
Yeah, let's give that Robin another go.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll bring back, what's his name? That played it with Clooney and
Oh, Chris O'Donnell.
yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was a really good Robin. I just watched Batman Forever.
I like
3 weeks
Batman
ago.
Forever. I think it's entertaining. Batman and Robin's a little much, but
Yeah, just intense.
I just can't wait for the
Skates.
Batman Returns Christmas special.
Yeah.
Coming
Batman
right
Ret-
up, baby.
It's coming. That's gonna be that's.
Believe-
I mean, that's better than all those easily. I mean, just like not even a
yeah.
question.
It's
You
not
know.
like the first two are way better than those two.
I mean, it's just like so different. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. We're back. Happy Halloween, folks. As I don't know if I know that one. I could guess.
Yes.
Poison.
Brett the Hitman Hart.
That's Bret Hart?
You should. Yeah.
I should kind of
That's
know
good.
that one.
Good.
All right. Well, welcome back. Hope you guys are having fun in our Halloween special. We've really gone out in the costumes here. We haven't talked about it since the beginning, but I mean, Andy's still here in full Spider-Man.
Full Spider-Man.
I've got blood on my face.
Yeah.
Like I don't even tell you, I'm wearing makeup.
Didn't even take the mask off during the break.
And I feel like you just made a face at me like, and I'm like, I still can't see it.
I just did. I actually did that.
Well, with it being Halloween, sort of, a few days past, but with it being the Halloween special, it's time for our biggest chunk of the episode.
The meat.
And it is, of course, Halloween. I mean, Halloween special, Halloween the movie. This is a movie podcast. Like, if you didn't, I mean,
Mostly
who?
super.
Well, it's mostly superheroes.
but the discussion we had, are they
Supervillains.
super villains?
And now it seems like all of a sudden we got again, our own multiverse happening right here before our eyes. All right, so this is how we're going to do this. These movies are famous. All right. Everyone knows Michael Myers. Everyone knows there's a lot of these movies. I'm someone that didn't like grow up being the biggest fan of these movies and like really losing my mind over it. I was always like, they're cool. I'd see them at Blockbuster or in my day, it was Classic Video in Von Terror.
Yep.
And I remember like seeing the movie VHS box
yeah.
that like holographic. It was like his face and like the knife. It was always terrifying. Okay. I decided I was like, I'm going to watch these things. I want to see what, and like, not only am I going to watch them, I'm going to make a decision of like how to watch them because I know that there's remakes. I know there's ones they ignore. And so what Carrie and I did, and Carrie almost came on today. She said she'll be on eventually, but she decided she didn't want to come on for this one. She'll be here. She knows about this stuff. And she said we walked through kind of like based on what she knew got online, read just from a few different sources, what's like the storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And the most clearly one that's been defined, there's multiple sources of this, there's a Jamie Lee Curtis storyline that basically goes from point A to point B.
Okay.
And I was like, that's what I want to watch. I was like, because I don't know if I have it in me to watch
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Even though my favorite one is up there.
I mean, this isn't even counting the Rob Zombie ones. I've got on the screen right now, like all of them.
Yeah,
Wow.
Rob Zombie's not on there.
I mean, you got Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, Halloween, the
6, the
Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween, and then there's a tentative date for Halloween Kills in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer just came out.
What?
Yeah, and then it's a
few days
teaser.
ago.
Oh, man. Sorry, fans. I have not seen it. Can
And
you guys
then-
tell us about it?
And then the last
Well, let's save it for the end.
the last movie is called Halloween Ends, I think. Halloween Ends. The last one.
Well, and it will. I mean, it should
I
at
think
some
it's gonna
point.
wrap it up.
It's got it, right? How long can this man live?
We're gonna talk about Rob Zombie 2 for you zombie heads out there. I look like a zombie too right now. So it's a full circle. All right, so we're gonna start with the movies we watched. We watched 5 films. We watched Halloween the original, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O that took place 20 years later, 1998, Halloween Resurrection, another 16 years, and then Halloween, which I think was 2018.
Yeah, I'll pull that up here in a second.
That's fine. That's fine. We wanted to start with the first one, and we're not going to do it too deep. We only have the movie posters up, but I'm going to take us through at least the story, and I want you guys to help me make sure we don't miss out anything. And we're going to wrap up with Halloween, and we'll talk about the new movies that's coming out. We'll talk about some of the spinoff movies that maybe didn't make it into the cut, and then we're just going to quickly talk about Rob Zombie. And I don't know how much thoughts you guys have on any of it, so cut me off whenever.
Definitely, I can provide some good thoughts for the Resurrection. That movie is ridiculous.
Oh, I
We'll-
can't
we'll
wait
get there.
I cannot wait to
We'll
talk
get
about
there.
it.
I'm glad you agree.
I definitely don't know.
Charlotte Flair.
Who?
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair. Okay, yeah, nice.
Ric Flair's daughter.
Well, I should have known that, I feel like. At least put that
They look
together.
alike.
I'll tell you right now, wrestling fans, you're getting your money's worth
Yeah.
today. I say that like people are buying tickets. Okay, so Halloween 1978 opens up with the Michael Myers as a young 6-year-old boy. He killed his sister on her 17th birthday with her tits out.
Definitely didn't notice that until today when I watched it.
And I mean, her tits are out, and
Yeah.
and then he stabs her, and she's dead. The parents come home, and they're like, "Michael, what happened?" He gets taken away. Dr. Loomis, is that his name?
Yep.
Dr. Loomis. It drops in on him driving on a rainy night. He's like, "Michael Myers got out," and I was like, "Uh-oh." Well,
it's gonna him getting out that one time is gonna spur 17 movies.
turns out Michael's pretty good at getting out, kind of.
Yeah.
It always takes him the better part of a decade or two.
Mm-hmm.
He can drive.
Oh, he can drive well.
Mm-hmm.
He drives all over.
Stealth.
That's something I didn't
Haddonfield.
realize until I did a rewatch. I haven't watched these movies probably 10 years. I
He
watched
gets in
them
the car.
all as a kid.
The girl that Loomis is with, she's like, "Can he drive?" And he's like, "Apparently." And I'm like, he is all of us. So he goes back. He stalks
Laurie Strode.
Laurie Strode, of course, immediately. Like, that's the girl. He's like, "I know I'm going to go for this girl, and I'm going to try to kill her." And it's a series of him killing other people in the town inside of this neighborhood, with the overarching goal of him to kill Laurie Strode,
Mhm.
who is played by Jamie Lee Curtis. And that's where Jamie Lee Curtis comes from. Then we come to find out, I mean, I'm jumping way through the first one. He kills everybody but Jamie Lee Curtis. Dr. Loomis is still alive. Halloween 2 picks up right where it left off the night of all this happening.
Mhm.
And they just continue along the way. Like, we're going to try to catch this guy. Dr. Loomis did shoot Michael Myers at the end of the first movie 6 times. Like, really?
After he got stabbed in the eye with the coat hanger.
Oh, man. Yeah, I forgot about that. The girl's got him.
Yeah, he's coming in. I mean, that's the scene. He's coming in, and she kind of like pokes him in the eye, and then
and he's down.
yeah,
And that's the first time you're like, this dude don't die.
Yeah.
All right, it's his sister. It's like his other sister. I don't remember exactly why.
Was she like a baby at this time?
She's like a baby.
yeah.
It was like another dad.
'Cause it was
or
15
something.
years after.
Okay.
Because I think it was 15 years. It said 15 years after.
And was it
killed
her
his sister.
17th birthday? Was she 17 too? Because that's a thing too in the movies. It's always like when they're
Maybe.
17.
She was, like,
She's
in high school.
17.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, at
Because
least he waits until they're old enough to kill. He's like, well, I'll let them get their license.
Yeah. Sweet 16 birthday.
At least they can drive away.
He's like, but I'm not going to let them vote.
Yeah.
Nobody. Go vote.
Yeah.
This is second to last day here.
On the election and all of Logan's polls
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Maybe I should just do the election on my Twitter and see
who wins.
And it's like, oh, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to see what happens. Just so you know, America, world at large, we got listeners in like 15 countries. Have I told you guys this?
Mm-mm.
We're just, if you're listening right now, just so you know, we're equally confused and
Great.
terrified.
I can barely name 15 countries, so that's awesome.
So yeah, our election's tomorrow. And if you haven't voted yet, get out there and vote. And we will all see what happens, and we will be here waiting for you on the other side. There'll be lots of booze involved, I feel like, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to try not to watch too much.
I'm
I
not
don't want
either.
to talk about it really,
No.
but because this is not a political show. But like, I mean, I'm going to be like checking in.
Yeah, you got to check in.
You got to check in and be like,
Oh, yeah.
what are the numbers saying?
Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to be addicted to it.
No,
It's
no.
like-
That's why I told Carrie, I go, we're not going to be,
It's
I
just
can't be
tradition.
sitting there like edge of my seat. Like, what's that going to do? You're just going to have
Nothing.
10 hours of stress.
That's true.
Okay.
Back to Halloween.
Back to Halloween. A lot of scary stuff today.
Yeah.
I knew there'd be a joke in there somewhere. All right. So second movie, it's his sister. He tries to kill her again. Dr. Loomis gets killed. I'm jumping ahead, but right in the second movie, isn't it toward the end? He
Mhm.
the hospital like goes up in flames.
Now, Loomis makes
He's
it all
okay.
the way through 6, I believe.
Oh no!
Yes.
I just watched.
Or
all
maybe
of them.
he
Did you watch
came
6?
back to life.
I watched.
The Curse of Michael Myers?
I don't know if I said it out loud, but we watched 1, 2, Halloween H2O, and 98 Halloween Resurrection 2002, and then Halloween. That's where Jamie Lee Curtis comes back.
I forgot about that one completely.
Which one?
So the newest one.
Oh my gosh!
I
It's
forgot.
it's
Yeah, it's good.
bro, it's so good. That's the one where she is like,
Nuts.
well, she's nuts, but she like is
Wait.
she like makes a big like she fights.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember.
She like
now.
has a murder house ready, basically.
Oh yeah, it's like a panic house.
Okay. Yep. Never mind. I remember this now. I just watched this like a year ago.
All right, well, help me with 2. What's the big
There's
stuff?
just
that
so
happens in
many. I
2?
think I'm getting them all confused. so
Lori
I thought-
shoots Michael at the end of 2, it says.
She shoots him. Yep. Okay. And then you think he's good. You're like, all right, well, they got him away again. All right, 3. Well, not 3. In my order of this is what we watched. We watched the Jamie Lee Curtis story. We haven't, I don't know if I've come out and just outright said that.
Yeah, you did, I think.
H2O is the next one.
So
In this order.
So and then I'm reading on here. Basically, H2O cuts out 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Which are those ones we mentioned. It's like the curse of
Curse,
Michael
the
Myers,
return.
the witches.
Yeah, the witches have nothing to do with Michael. I've never seen Halloween 3, but Michael Myers isn't even in Halloween 3.
Yeah, he's not even in it.
But 4, 5, and 6 are like their own little story arc with that girl that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Paul
the-
Rudd's
And
in
the
6.
and the girl in that movie is Laurie's daughter, and her name is Jamie in that movie.
Yeah.
But in H2O, she has a son,
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett.
Yep.
Which is obviously in what else is he in?
Sin City.
Is he Pearl Harbor?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's him.
And then, not to jump ahead in the story too much, but just to talk about Jamie Lee Curtis's kids, Laurie Strode's kids. Halloween Resurrection, she has a daughter again, but this time her name's Karen. And I'm convinced, because this came out in 2018, that she's the Karen that everyone calls people Karens now. I'm like, because she is like a Karen in this movie. She like sucks. She's like really mean. She's always like, you don't know. And I kept telling Carrie the whole time, I was like, this Jamie Lee Curtis is going to have so many I told you so's when Michael comes back. Because they're all like, you're crazy. Anyway, H2O though. This is the one with LL Cool J.
Yeah.
And she works at a school as a principal.
Private school.
And then she's faked her death, and she has a fake name. She has an alias.
Yeah.
And she's like in love. She has this like LL Cool J's a security guard at the school.
And she she's very protective. And then
Very protective.
she's like, you cannot go on the ski trip. But then she says, finally, yes, you can go. I'm going to let you go. But then they fake it.
They fake it and they go have themselves their own Halloween party with way too many candles lit in that house.
Dude, that was my biggest observation of the whole movie.
I go, you trying to burn the house down?
Yeah.
I was like, there's having a party, but
It's
like,
just-
there's being responsible
The
too.
dumbwaiter's the coolest thing in that.
Snaps
Yeah.
her ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we haven't even talked about. I learned by H2O. This is what I was learning. I was like, okay, I've got the formula. Like Michael Myers comes back, he kills, he's going for Lori. This was my favorite part though of his ritual. So it's always like the last person alive, right? Has to like are they gonna make it or not? And it's always a series of them going through the home or wherever it is, and Michael has elaborately placed the dead bodies that he's killed throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like they're falling out of maybe falling out of the
But
ceiling.
I will say
Stuffed in a dresser, just
there's a scene in H2O.
in a chair with like a blanket over him. I think that's in Resurrection, I think.
H2O has a scene though that's terrifying and like on edge still when he's on top of the tables and she's rolling under that is good.
That's pretty good, but I was like, you're almost not crawling too much.
Yeah,
I was like, pick up your knees.
And then when they see face to face through the glass, like
That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was the part.
I
where
like
it's-
H2O.
Oh, I am not dogging on it. I was actually just saying, like, I just respect this Michael Myers. Like also, if you remember, it had been 20 years. He got out. Well, in Resurrection, they're in California. And he like drives there, I guess. And I'm like, so was he getting gas?
You're saying you respect Michael Myers? Can you finish that thought?
Well, I'm just saying. Well, they dive into this in the 2018 one, where it's like he's a killer mastermind that just can't die.
Yeah.
And what powers him, we don't know. But that's my question.
Right.
And like, what is Michael Myers? We'll get there. Anything else on H2O that you want to talk about that you remember about that movie? So obviously kills everybody.
Well,
LL Cool J doesn't die.
right. I was gonna say he lived, and then just the ending overall. I guess you don't find out till the next movie what really happened, but that was a pretty
That's a
fuck.
good twist.
Oh, and
I
like
like
it
that a
proved
lot.
that they like meant to do it.
Yeah.
So she chops off his head at the end.
Yeah, and you're like, well, that's over.
And I was like, well, and I had said, what's funny? 20 minutes before that, I leaned over to Carrie. I go, the only way they're going to kill this guy is if they chop off his head. And then they chopped off his head, and I go, well, what are they going to do now? DDT? Triple H?
We already had Razor Ramon.
Damn.
Scott Hall.
That one is definitely that has the best hair.
Oh, yeah. Oozing machismo.
I'm having so many good sound bites of you just doing these faces.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Oh yeah, we gotta just do a series of them at the end, like your quickest taglines. Okay, all right, yeah, he chops off the head. Okay, well then we see in Resurrection, this is where Jamie Lee Curtis is only in it for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Does she like what?
She's in the psych ward,
Okay.
and then she's in a psych ward. They're like, this lady is explaining to the nurse, but for us. I always lean over and I'll go, this is for us. Yeah, well, Michael Myers killed his whole family.
Why do we laugh at stuff like this?
Because it's just funny how out loud how funny it is. She says like to this nurse, like he did this. She's like, but this woman in here, Lori, she's really sensitive and she's really crazy. Don't say anything to set her off. And the girl goes, okay. And they go in the room. And I was like, one, why'd you tell her right before you go in the room? Yeah. This lady's insane. Don't act weird. They get in there. The nurse immediately goes, all right, you have your pills. And she looks over at the nurse and goes, it's probably the guilt that's driving her crazy. And I was like, are you trying not to set her off? Michael Myers comes to her. They're on the roof. She traps him. And he's hanging from a cable. and she's gonna kill him. She's cutting the rope, and then she has a flashback of the guy going, and she's like, I have to be sure it's him because she's already killed one bad guy, and that's also a Michael Myers signature move. He gets you to kill somebody that isn't the right person, and it happens for sure in the second one. They run over that Michael Myers, that kid.
Yeah.
17-year-old kid gets run over by a car. They're like, they thought it was him.
Yeah.
He burned alive.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah, now I do.
And this is like a thing he does. And I was like, and then he even had me question it. I go, is it him?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, if you got me guessing 10 minutes into a movie, you've got me.
That's because
That's Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah.
This is the one with Busta Rhymes.
They had to have a rapper since they had a LL.
the kid from Luck of the Irish.
Luck of the
Disney movie,
Irish.
Smart House.
Smart House. Luck of the Irish is the one I said immediately when I saw him.
I just watched that movie like last year.
Where to even start with this one? This one's so good. It's like the Ghost Hunters show. And they're like, we're making a Ghost Hunter show. These kids want a drawing. They're going to be in it. Guess where they're staying? Michael Myers' house. And like, it's an overnight. You're all wearing webcams. This was in 2002.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was 2000.
And they were really running with this. They're like, you're going to have webcams. We're going to live stream the whole thing. I was like, this was like right on track. Like maybe even a little ahead of its time. Maybe just a little bit. Like nobody was running around with webcams on their shirt yet. Tyra Banks is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's Busta Rhymes' like girlfriend, or yeah. Trying to think of my favorite. There were so many good.
Happens to Lori?
No, well, Lori. Oh, so no, we didn't even get there. Didn't even get there. She goes to kill Michael Myers in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, wow. Sorry about that, fans. And she goes to kill him. She goes to pull out the mask. He grabs her, stabs her. She says she kisses him on the lips.
That was weird.
It's her brother.
Yeah, on the lips. I said
he has a mask.
On the lips.
Tom Brady kisses his sons on the lips.
That's my favorite thing.
Equally weird. I've seen that video too. He's like,
"Come give Daddy a
Come
smooch.
give Daddy one more.
Come here, 12-year-old son."
Dad, I'm driving to Arby's.
So he stabs her, and then he proceeds to go back to the house,
back home,
because it's like that's what he inevitably does.
And the tagline is "Evil finds its way home,"
and that's what I'm saying. And then I didn't even say this in one of them. I skipped this too in H2O. Michael Myers does go to Dr. Loomis's house. Dr. Loomis is dead, and his wife is alive, and he kills his wife and takes the file, Lori's file, and that's how he finds out she's in California.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was saying.
Totally
He was, and where were they anyway? They were in Illinois, and then he drove to California. Like I was like, does anyone ever talk about this? I was like, it was at least a 3-day trip.
Yeah. He's just driving in that mask the whole time.
And the mat, because he doesn't take it off. Did he stay at hotels? He drove straight through. I mean, we see that Does
he sleep? He doesn't sleep.
In Resurrection, they show his bedroom, but it was hard to tell what was staged by Busta Rhymes and what was actually Michael Myers' room. But there were like eaten up rats.
But that was it.
Like he was eating rats.
Was it Michael Myers' childhood room though?
It was, but
so that's
like
when he was 6.
Yeah, but they were like also there was like fresh bedding there. Like it's like where he was like laying down sometimes.
Okay.
And I think that was the whole thing. Busta Rhymes was like, I didn't know he was here, and Michael Myers was dressed up in a Michael Myers suit. Or Busta Rhymes was dressed up in a Michael Myers suit.
That was a funny confrontation for sure.
Oh, and he like just tells him, he's like, just get out of here. And then Michael Myers has not 1, not 2, but 3 catchphrases in this movie.
Michael Myers? He doesn't talk.
I'm sorry.
Buster?
Busta Rhymes. Yeah. I keep doing that. Busta Rhymes. He has 3 catchphrases. And he also kicks Michael Myers through a window. So I was like picturing Busta Rhymes talking to the directors, being like, all right, listen, I kick him through a window. And also I get this catchphrase. The first one is like,
oh, I know.
Happy Halloween, motherfucker.
They're like, we're going to turn you into Samuel L. Jackson.
Right. That's what I was thinking. And then he And then he kicks him again, like stabs him or something, and he goes, "Happy fucking Halloween."
I got the last one. She says,
Oh, please, because I can't remember it.
do you want me to
Yeah,
say it
yeah.
now or when we get to that point?
Well, I think go ahead because they go ahead because like jump ahead. He
Like,
kills a lot of these
trick-
kids.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
That's what it was. Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Oh man, what a character!
And I feel like he probably at one point was like, "And I'm the one that kills Michael Myers," and they're like, "No, that's too much." Busta Rhymes.
Take a seat, Bus.
I thought it was a fun movie though.
It was.
I thought the people in it were committed. Busta Rhymes was great. He gives like 3 inspirational speeches too that I was like, he's talking about himself.
And he was in it till the end.
Yeah, he was. And they were like, "Tell us about what happened tonight." And he goes, "Michael Myers isn't a sound bite. Michael Myers is the terror that like haunts your dreams," or something like that.
Yeah.
In one quote, he calls him Mikey. Hey, Mikey!
But I mean, he's one of the only people to live. Like he just murked
Yes.
like everybody in there. And
What was really funny was he was with Tyra Banks, and then Tyra Banks dies, and then at the end he's like with
That's
the
Sarah.
the girl that like the weird psychic girl that was in this movie
Yeah.
that they didn't even really like, talk about, but she was in there.
This line just made me laugh. Freddie, he plays Freddie Harris, Busta Rhymes. Says, "Fear is good. Fear is what gives us the feeling of being alive."
Yeah.
And then Sarah says, "Fear makes me want to throw up."
there were some other great people that have been in other movies. Like one of the guys was in American Pie.
Yes,
Forgot about
yeah, one of the main dudes from American Pie, like the young
It's
short,
Rookie of the Year guy.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He did a good job. He was kind of like a pervert in this one. He was like trying to get the girl to take off her clothes on camera, and he's like, "Well, everybody will be screaming your name," and I was like, "All right." I was like,
And
"Wow."
that girl, she's in episodes of the Flash.
She's in all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, she plays like one of the gangsters
Yeah.
in like metas.
Yep.
But she's in
Bianca?
she's a I think she's kind of like a sci-fi Hall of Famer.
No, it's the blonde girl.
The blondie that she was great. She steals the show, I feel
She
like.
gets her head cut off.
She gets her head
and
cut
it
off.
Flies down the steps.
She's in a lot of new Netflix sci-fi stuff. I think she's in like, I don't know, maybe not Alien, but one of those. She's in one of those like famous movies, I swear. Like she's like always been in
What's her
kind of this kind of stuff.
this girl? Katie
I can't think of her name.
It's just hard for me to see. That girl, yeah.
Katie Sackhoff?
Sure, if that says it's her. I mean, if Andy recognizes her,
I think that's
what
her,
they
yeah.
can you recognize her with your mask on?
It was tough, but I think I had to.
And what do you think she's on?
Oh, she's in all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
But
she was on The Big Bang Theory,
The Flash.
Star Wars Clone Wars, The Flash, yeah. She was Blacksmith in The Flash.
And also, there was definitely a point in the climax of the movie when Busta Rhymes jabs and electrocutes Michael Myers in the penis. Correct?
who's that?
Nikki Bella.
Yeah, Nikki Bella, one of
Good
those.
job. What was it, Andy?
Did he not do that?
Yeah,
That was
he
like
Yeah, like
he just grabs it and just shoves it right in his dick.
no, he did, and I remember yelling that out loud. I was like, he's just stabbed him in the dick.
It's
and I was
right
like,
after
and
he said-
I go, Michael Myers didn't like that.
Yeah, it was right after he said trick or treat, motherfucker. Because I was already wowing from that, and then he just grabs it, shoves it right in his crotch.
That's what I was.
And I was
That's
like, this is.
That's what
unreal.
I was saying. I was like, Busta Rhymes negotiated all this. I was like, he got to do a lot with the movie. He kicks Michael Myers straight through a window.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit. Okay, so that was 16 years from H2O. So it had been a long time again. So at the end of this one,
so it was 16 years from H2O, but only 4 in real years, I guess.
no, it had been 16 years again. They had jumped ahead.
From Resurrection to the next Halloween?
Yes,
Okay.
and then the whole thing is, oh well, this is a separate. Never mind. Jamie Lee Curtis is not involved until the next one.
Yeah.
But they get him in a body bag again, right?
Yeah, and then he opens his eyes at the very end.
At the very
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
But here's my question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Now that we're moving on to this last
Yeah,
Halloween
this is. I
update,
mean, this is where we get to ask the real question. So I'm glad. I think we got through that pretty quick.
is Jamie Lee died in Resurrection, right?
maybe she
No,
maybe
well,
she lived through
no, yeah,
the
but
fall.
that was the thing.
Okay.
we never
And,
saw
and
her
honestly,
actually die.
we didn't even see how tall that building was. She fell into like a bush.
Okay. Well, that kind of answered it.
Yeah, she's, I'm assuming.
But yeah,
And-
this last Halloween was good.
Well,
With
this is the
Danny
one.
McBride.
I mean, this is the one. Yeah, you said Danny McBride.
He produced it.
He did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Whoa.
Well, that's interesting. I love everything he does.
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, this one drops you in. It's been another 20 years. I mean, it's been at least 16 years, I think. Drop you into Jamie Lee Curtis, Lori. She's now has a daughter. Again, this is the Karen daughter I mentioned. So if you're thinking of the, I don't know, Season of the Witch or the Curse or whatever.
Not that girl.
No, it's not that girl. That girl's name was Jamie, I believe. I read that. But she has this
Yeah, it
Karen.
was Jamie.
Karen's got a daughter. You'll never guess how old she's turning. 17.
16?
Oh, she's
And it's really good. They drop you into the very first thing you get in the movie are two like British investigative journalists,
Mhm.
and they go to the prison. They talk to Michael Myers within the first 5 minutes.
So this says it's 40 years following his killing spree in Haddonfield.
This is where they bring him his mask, and he's literally tied to a giant boulder
Yeah.
out in the middle of a big opening. Have you seen this?
Uh-huh.
I think I saw the end of it, but
Man, it's good.
nothing else.
Are you okay that we talk about
Oh,
it?
go for it.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, I recommend you go watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to for sure. I'm getting excited now.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's so good. So he's surrounded by all these crazies, all these other crazy people in the prison, and like the guy with his mask, he does a whole spiel about, did you kill your family? He's like, I know that there's a man under there, but the whole thing is Michael Myers has not spoken in 40 years, like he just never has, to our knowledge.
I've never heard his voice.
I mean, that's the first question. You're like, has he spoken? No, maybe a couple of these.
They did say in here, Michael's breathing is heard.
Well, and you can hear
Yeah.
like a spoiler alert for this movie. He gets his fingers shot off,
Yeah.
and he kind of goes like, "Meow." All the crazies are like going nuts. They're like, he's like, say something. He's holding his mask. He's like, say something, Michael. He's just saying that over and over. He's not saying a word. He's perfectly still. They kind of show you his face, and all the crazies like start going crazy because they can like feel the energy or something. Jamie Lee Curtis has been preparing for this big day. Basically, what's happening is they're transferring him. They're going to kill him finally once and for all. Or they're going to put him away in a solitary confinement in a hole somewhere, like forever. That's the big thing that's happening. And Jamie Lee Curtis is like, she has this daughter that's married, has this daughter. They don't really like her. They say she's crazy. She's always been crazy. Child Services actually took away her daughter in this thing whenever her daughter was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like under harsh conditions, which they show flashbacks of Jamie Lee Curtis training this daughter in the woods, like shooting a gun and like basically end of days prepping her. And then we see that Jamie Lee Curtis has like these investigative reporters go to her house. They try to get her going on this. Jamie Lee Curtis is like, still has guns. She has like an underground lair. She's like still,
ready to rock.
she's never not been preparing. She lives at this bunker with like cameras everywhere. And her kitchen counter, you push a button, it has like a Batman underground cave. And she like goes down there and gets ready.
Okay, I've seen that.
Well, then the bus is going, all right? This is where it gets crazy. You have this dad and this son. This was how I loved how they told this part of the story. Instead of like dropping us in and you like see it all happen. They have this dad and this son that pull up on this road. And there's a bus in a ditch. There's some bodies here and there. But for the most part, it's just foggy nighttime. And the bus is just like on this old, scary highway. And the dad goes out there to find him. He's like, I'm going to go see if they need help. Son's there for like 10 minutes, like an 8-year-old son. Calls the police, says, I'm going to go look. Michael Myers and all these crazy people kill those people, and they're out to kill everybody now. I mean, how cool. That's when I was like, this is a great fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
So he kills the investigative journalist. That was an intense scene. Like, he's just like, that. It felt so real because it was just like two people living in like 2020 that like these people could have been your friends. I think that's what made it so good. And it was like, what happens? And like, he kills them both.
The bathroom
Yeah,
scene?
in the bathroom.
What about the truck stop like bathroom?
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
With the teeth?
Yeah, when he drops the teeth while she's on the toilet,
Yeah.
and he had killed the gas station guy.
That's scary. Yeah. Like,
And like he beats the tar out of the guy, and then while the guy's still alive, goes and murders the girl. I mean, it was intense.
What a savage.
Daughter's like, whatever. Turns out that Michael might go back and kill Lori, so Lori proactively goes and tells the parents. Long story short, they all end up at Lori's house. There's like a lot of bullshit. She goes to dinner and meets up with her. The daughter's like trying to be like a rebel and like wants to go to college, and like the grandma's like, don't go to college, like do whatever you want. Here's $3,000.
there's one part of this movie that I did not like.
Please.
Didn't the daughter just like wind her way through the woods and just show up somehow?
Yeah, and
Did she get lost and like just kind of wound like, oh, here I am?
Yeah, she got lost. She was on the run. She got away.
Yeah.
And there's a part, you're absolutely right. And there's a weird part where they tried to like show you what was happening, where it just, they're like at Lori's house.
Yeah. With
the daughter, and Michael's there.
Yeah.
And then but the granddaughter
She
was
just
running through the woods.
And just like, oh, I'm here.
Well, she was just there, but they showed her literally in the woods. It just cuts to her out of nowhere. She's on her knees in the woods, and she's literally like she's just screaming, and then it cuts back to Jamie Lee Curtis, and me and Carrie stopped. I go, what was that?
Yeah, it's like,
what was that about? I go, what is she doing?
and then she just shows up.
Then she's just there.
Yeah. Hey, got turned around.
So then it turns out the whole idea was not to just take Michael on and shoot him to death and do whatever you're going to do. They trap him in the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good scenes. Lori shoots his hand off. There's a lot of like one-on-one fighting. There's a lot of like the daughter like finally steps up and tricks Michael, shoots him like in the face.
Yeah. It's a very tense moment when they're like hiding downstairs too.
That's the part I was trying to think of whenever.
Yeah.
The part where she's in the room with the mannequins.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
That's the part where she is looking for him. I mean, it had to be every bit of 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm feeling every second of this. So they put him down in there. They light the whole place up. Like, light it up on fire. Triple H.
Dolph Ziggler.
Like, how many times have I said Triple H?
3. He's my favorite. I wish he was better.
It's just not good.
He's good. They just don't push him.
What's the problem?
Nah, he's
management.
Yeah, he just
it's always management, right?
Yeah, he says some stuff too every once in a while. But.
All right, so that's the end of it, and that's the question of like, here we go, the big questions. One, I guess, don't even ask if he's dead because we know he's not. There's a new movie coming out, I guess. Tell me about these. Tell us about these, Mike.
Halloween Kills is the next one. It's going to be released October 15th, 2021. And then a direct sequel, Halloween Ends, is going to release the next year on October 14th. They're filming them right now.
I mean, I guess I'm like
they're back to back, and it's going to like wrap up their little idea.
Well, let me just give you my take real quick coming off that movie. So what I came off of that was thinking, I really love this.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good film.
And I really liked the storyline that I watched, and I felt like it holds up other than you switching out, a couple kids here and there.
Yeah, I mean, it had pretty high ratings. It made a lot of money. So they're going to...
How much did it make?
So it cost...
Well, I saw the
10 to 15 million to make.
Okay.
And it made $255 million.
Yeah, it's a household name.
Yeah. The first one cost, I had that up like $300,000 and made like 60 million.
Yeah.
Something like
that. Before we do I want to keep talking about these future movies and I want to ask some big questions. But why it's fresh, because I'm just feeling it. I want to rate these movies with our scale.
Whoa.
Like my experience, these 5 films.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my rating on our 4-point scale.
Okay.
It's going to be raw. I haven't really put a ton of thought in this, but just since the 3 of us just walked through it, the Jamie Lee Curtis storyline, these 5 films that we covered, top to bottom, I would definitely give it a 3.1. You know, it's like it's a high score, and I think I could watch these a lot.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I was like at a 3.2 before you said 3.1. So
All
I'm
right.
like right there too. 1, you could throw that on anytime. I love H2O. And the last one was really entertaining. I mean, if we want to laugh, we could watch Resurrection.
Yeah, Resurrection is definitely like
like a 2.
the have a laugh. Yeah. And
It's so ridiculous.
It's the
It's
Batman
it's
Forever.
ridiculous.
It's the Batman Forever.
but as far as like
That's
side
perfect.
stories
That's
go, you
perfect.
gave me a little Lori Hall in the first 10 minutes because
the
I'm
first 10 minutes, and then it goes to crap.
Oh
But
man, the first 10 minutes are great.
yeah.
2, I think 2 did a really cool job of how it continued just the night of.
Yeah,
And-
I
and,
love
like,
that. It just
yeah.
picks right up.
Yeah.
And Lori's like literally still just like in the house.
Yeah.
I love that.
Or hospital. Did she go to the hospital?
Or she went to the hospital, and then
Yeah.
that's when you get the boy that like had a
Yeah,
crush on her.
Yeah. And then this last one, I think this little trilogy that they're doing at the end, I think it's pretty good too.
Yeah. So I guess the big questions, like, what do you guys think? Is Michael Myers? Are we supposed to? I told Carrie, I think the reason it might be good is that we just don't know a lot.
Yeah. The mystery's good.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really supposed to know why he can't die.
And do you think, I mean, Halloween's like my favorite probably horror movie like series. Do you think it's because we live so close to Illinois too? It's kind of like, I don't know. I think of Haddonfield, Illinois, like any small town in Missouri with the fall and all that, like driving down, like it kind of reminds me of like Haddonfield.
No, I literally said to Carrie, I said, this looks like
Church Street in Bonne Terre.
Church Street in Bonne Terre, where we grew up. And really what that led me to was probably like a lot of small towns.
Yeah.
So demographic is like, you know, a little more rural,
Yeah.
a little more, your neighbor's not right on top of you. So like if someone comes in your house, like you might just be dead.
Mhm.
Like really scary stuff like that. A lot of like being your guard is down because you're comfortable.
Mhm.
Whew. It's good. That's another big reason it's good. All right.
Andy, what was your score? I don't know if we got yours.
Or did you want to, and I was
That's
going
a
to say,
tough
did you want to rate them or did you want to like maybe watch it sometime
No,
soon?
I mean, I'd
And like,
go 3.
and also if you want to rate it in another way, like this is how I
No.
watched it this week. Like if you're like, I don't want to assume you guys don't like those other spinoffs.
No, I think 3.0 is perfect score for that because it's like going off the scale. Like that's where you're gonna rewatch it. Like it's like perfect for this time of year. Like honestly, are there a lot of like newer Halloween movies or like scary movies that you enjoy watching, like rewatching? I can't really think of many. So the
scariest stuff that I've liked to
higher
rewatch,
score maybe.
the scariest stuff that I've liked, I say recently, last 10 years, The Conjuring really grabbed me whenever I watched that the first time. I thought, this is scary.
Yeah.
But that was like Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like this. I don't.
Like,
These
there's
movies are
not
scary to me.
but like they're
I don't-
dipped. Yeah, exactly.
They're jump scares.
They're jump
Yeah.
scares. But like when they get into like
There's some tense moments. Though.
there's some tense
Yeah.
moments. Like I think you were saying they might have been during the break or maybe it was already on here. But like in H2O when
with the tables. That was me.
the tables
And then face to face.
and then when Michael and Jamie Lee Curtis come face to face, like that's what I was like.
Yeah.
That's why I told Carrie I was like, I want to watch this story
Correct.
because like this is what I'm here for.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now all right, now we've done that. Why don't we talk about? There's the rest of them for you folks out there. I mean, these are the rest of the.
So
We haven't said a lot of names, but John Carpenter did these films. He did the ones we talked about today.
number 6 there, The Curse.
The Curse of Michael Myers.
That was one of my favorites when I was little, growing up for
What-
whatever reason.
Is that with the little girl?
No. So she's only in, I think, 4 and 5. This one starts off wild, and there's a baby, and Michael has to kill his whole family, I guess. But he kills this girl. He like follows her, and she's like, "You can't have the baby, Michael." And he pushes her down on a farm equipment and cuts her up and turns it on in the very beginning.
And then the movie's good.
Yeah.
See,
Paul Rudd's the main character in this.
And
one.
that's the thing too, is like now that I've seen that, now I'm like, well, now I kind of want to go watch all the other
So
stuff.
how they tied it is Paul Rudd's character was one of the neighborhood boys in 1978, and he like saw Michael when he was a young boy.
Was
like, do all this.
he
stuff.
was he maybe the boy that they sent
He
out
was
of there?
He's Tommy Doyle.
Because like there's we didn't even talk about the other themes in the movie. Jamie Lee Curtis always says, "Do as I say."
Yeah.
It's always her thing. She's
But he
always
was
telling people like, "Do as I say."
He was Tommy, one of the boys. He was like getting watched by one of the babysitters, maybe, and
Yeah,
like survived.
that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what happens in the first one. She says,
Yeah.
"Do as I say. Go tell people we need help." There was a little boy and a little girl.
Yeah.
They open with that in number 2, and I always thought like,
So yeah,
are we ever gonna get a story
so
with
I
these
think
kids?
he's Tommy in 6.
Oh wow, he
Uh,
met Michael Myers. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I see.
But in this one, that's when Dr. Loomis dies in 6.
Okay,
Like at the end, you don't see it; you just hear like Tommy
Yes.
beats Michael Myers, and then you just hear Loomis's screams at the very end.
see, and
That's
when
how it ends.
and when I did read about each of these independently, just a little bit, and I think they said something like Dr. Loomis is in this one, and apparently he didn't burn up in the fire at the hospital. Who's this one?
It's my favorite wrestler, Psycho Sid
This is your favorite
of
wrestler,
all time. Psycho Sid.
and why is he your favorite?
I don't know. I just kind of was drawn to him. He had blonde
what's
hair.
his?
I like
What's
blonde
his? Does he have a big tagline or something he says?
hair. No, he's very dumb. Like he's known for his awful promos. But I don't know. I was just always drawn to him.
Is it just like he does his own thing? He's just
Yeah.
he's like
He quit a lot and like go play softball. They said, but he's like headlined 2 WrestleManias and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's
So
a role model right there.
do you know him?
Actually, I didn't recognize him.
Sid.
Oh,
would've
see,
been
we
the one I
should
didn't get.
we should be quizzing you sometimes. You don't know all these.
Yeah, that's only.
People
that's the only
are
one I
just assuming
guarantee.
you guys are wrestling experts. Okay, so that's Andre the Giant.
Let's just run through real quick the ones I have.
Yeah, let's go through them.
I think I only got like.
Yeah, let's get the rest of these wrestler mascots. We got wrestler faces in here, folks. Again, if you're not watching on YouTube, what are you doing?
Do you know this one, Logan? Very famous.
Bret Michaels?
Close.
Kind of. We already had Bret Hart. Different first name.
Mike Myers? Michael? What is his name?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
But Bret Michaels. That's awesome.
I was like just combining every white guy name I could
That's
think
the
of. I'm
lead
like
singer of
Patrick
Poison.
Daniels. That's Darth Maul.
Gold Dust.
Oh, Gold Dust. Of course. I remember Gold Dust. I would always play with Gold Dust on the video games. Okay. This is Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
And hey,
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
caw.
He doesn't own them anymore. The Rock does.
Yeah, but he started it.
Yeah, we can thank him.
I
for
mean,
that.
he started it.
Last one.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yep.
I
What
like it.
was his thing? He said,
Ooh yeah.
I didn't know exactly what he said. All I could think of was like the Kool-Aid guy, like, oh yeah.
He did. Yeah, and he had some great lines. The cream always rises to the top.
And it always had like a snake on him or something.
That was Jake the Snake.
But didn't Macho Man, he'd always have like
Yeah,
feathers.
Boa.
Boa.
Yeah, he was King Macho for a while.
I remember playing Macho Mug in college.
Same thing.
Macho. I've learned that a lot of people played that apparently.
And
Carry-
probably it will never be played again now.
Oh, that's the anti-COVID game. Hey everyone, here's a bucket of mixed beer, and we're gonna pass it around until it's gone.
Well,
was-
the alcohol sanitizes.
That's
it, though,
gotta-
So it might be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we always said.
Yep.
All right, just to touch on them real quick, Mike. Thanks for bringing your your mask. Did you
Yeah.
want to? You should show them the ones of you.
Oh, I do. I don't even know where it's at.
All right, we'll find it. The whole thing was it was his birthday, and we all got to
He's wearing it
wear.
right now.
Oh, it's.
I should have done.
It literally.
I should have done the
I mean,
Michael Scott costume when he had like the little head on it.
you just like whisper to each other.
Yeah.
All right. So this is just from Wikipedia. I just did a quick Google search. I said, "Why did Rob Zombie make these movies?" Because I just
That's a
couldn't.
question that I'd love answered.
Because I just couldn't put my finger. I was like, okay, so he wanted. I get it. Like,
Was he just lazy and like, hey, I need some cash?
well,
Let me just
that's
refilm
the thing. Like, it's like almost like, but people reboot movies all the time,
Yeah.
and like also artists interpret things and want to make it like give their take.
Yeah.
So I don't like shit
He
on
wanted
him.
to give his wife a job because I think she's in it.
Well, and that's the thing, dude. Like, whenever you still have movies happening with Jamie Lee Curtis in them, and there's like ongoing stories. So it says on Wikipedia, working from Carpenter's advice to make the film his own. So, I mean, apparently John Carpenter said, like, go do this thing.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. What if John Carpenter was like,
Yeah, I get
we were at a party and I had like 10 beers and Rob Zombie was like, I'm going to make your movies.
Yeah,
You should do it.
I would. I'll do it again.
Yeah, I'd do it. Obviously.
I don't even really remember these.
Well, and
I'm
and
being honest.
I'm gonna be honest. We watched the preview. It looks bad.
Yeah.
Like so bad. And I was like, what is this? I don't need this.
Yeah.
I just didn't need it. Now there are 2 of these films. There's a sequel. I mean, they made the first one, they did it again. I did see that he had been quoted to say like working on these films was not fun for him. It was a nightmare. Apparently there was a lot of, probably rules and whatnot.
Yeah.
All to say, well, then go make your own movie.
And he does good horror, like House of a
Well,
Thousand Corpses.
That's why I want to
and
ask
The
you
Devil's
guys,
Rejects.
do you know anything about, like, what is it? What did you say he made?
House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects are awesome.
I haven't seen
movies.
those, but I know those are like
Yeah.
critically acclaimed. Like,
Yeah.
people love those.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
He's just being like his thing is that he's just like super horror, right? Like
Yeah, he's
pretty gory. Like that's
gory.
like
He's
his thing.
he's a
but-
big horror guy.
And then
though.
he wanted to give him an origin story. There was a lot of that. He wanted to give like Michael Myers. He has him like a lot more in the
he has like an
The
actor.
Ward.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first one of those, and it was definitely not a rewatch. But I think it did focus on the kid a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm not saying I won't watch them. I'm not one of you guys know me. I'm open to anything. But all right. Well, he did it.
Maybe
and
next year.
that's exactly what Carrie said. Because I pulled it up. We watched the trailer. I just looked at her. She goes, maybe next year. And I was like, that is spot on. All right. Well, I think we did a great job.
Yeah.
I really do. I think we just moved kind of through some of the ones we did. We highlighted the ones that exist. And like I said, 3.1. I mean, that's a score. I'll watch these forever. Like I might put on one or two next year. Actually, next year kind of sounds fun to watch some of those ones I didn't watch.
AMC is banking on you watching
Yeah.
these for forever because that's all they
man.
played this past month.
Just
But
that's all it is. It's kind of like
they bounce back
Christmas
and forth.
Story
They do,
on ABC
yeah,
Family.
They do Halloween. They wouldn't do 2 really. They do like 4, 5, 6, and H2O, and then Resurrection, and then they just kind of skip around. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really see too much on there.
It was easy for me to find where they were going to be playing. I just
Well,
taped them all on over the weekend.
well, Halloween fans, let us know how we did. For the diehards, I'm sure we killed it. Probably butchered the whole thing.
Yeah, we did.
But we want to hear from you. Tell us about your favorite parts, your favorite moments. At this point, like I said, you write us, we'll talk about it.
Mhm.
Now's the time. I said this on a recent episode, the solo episode I did. If there was a time to get shouted out on a podcast, now's a great time. Okay, let's talk about what's coming up. What do you guys think of that?
I liked it.
I did too. I heard that one. I was like, that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
That one makes me feel like, oh, we're going over here now.
Yeah. Okay, let's mosey.
Moving right along.
Yeah, just we'll just pop it right out. Okay, and now we're looking at coming up. Mandalorian season 2 out and about. We talked about it. We're gonna keep talking about it. I mean, if you thought that's it for Mandalorian,
Yeah,
well,
one and done. Good luck.
probably won't watch the rest of it. Fast and Furious special.
I can see you like light up when you talk about your little Fast and Furious.
Ooh, Fast and Furious has a special place in my heart because I was one of the people that like made fun of it,
Mhm.
and then I like kept watching, and then I went through the moment of like, this is really dumb, and then what happens is you're like, oh, I love this.
Do you love Tokyo Drift though?
Yeah,
Oh,
and we watched it in
chronological
order.
So you watched that one first?
No, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious 3 comes between 6 and 7, and that's the only way it like that's how it works.
Yeah.
And then they drop you into 7. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey,
we have a whole episode.
hey,
coming
guess
up.
what? We're having a Fast and Furious episode. No, I am pumped.
Own episode.
Tell Mike that's Andy's roommate and friend. Probably at this point like life partner. I feel like.
Nah.
I mean, you guys
We
have
got
lived.
one
You
of
guys been
those.
you guys been roommates. You guys are like longtime roommates.
Oh yeah, me and him and Dom have lived together for almost 8 years. I think
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like the real deal, dude.
it's about to come to an end. And
We-
I'm
Oh, really?
sad.
We always hang here. Andy lives so close. We need to like go kick it in your backyard soon.
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
Maybe we can go over there, talk with Mike, and get like some wheels spinning.
have
on
a
this
meeting.
thing.
Yeah. A meeting.
Too
It'd
many
be funny
car
'cause
puns
we'll
just
probably,
popping out of my brain.
probably be eating a lot of meat.
That's right.
the meat.
Sorry. I'm learning the gizmo again.
Yeah, it
getting
looks
back.
good.
There's two. You can have basically like
different
20
settings.
sounds,
Yeah.
but it's like,
Ah.
all right. So I'd like to get the Fast and Furious special done before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to have it to do a Thanksgiving special.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the Thanksgiving special? I don't know. Maybe we have turkey or something.
Do we do like TV shows that do Thanksgiving? Like
That's what
Friends did a lot of Thanksgiving stuff.
I think that you're on the right track. Like, what can we find in pop culture and TV and film?
Yeah.
And let's see what we can bring around. Hey, fans, great opportunity to tell us what you'd like to see featured on the Thanksgiving special. We'll probably make a lot of jokes about colonial America.
Mm-hmm.
There'll probably be a lot of distasteful things like Columbus Day. We'll talk about all sorts of things. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what comes to mind for America. I always picture like a bunch of people. They're like, I'm tired of these taxes. Who else wants to get on these boats and go over there?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Religious freedom.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
So we'll do something for
Love
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving too.
Might be a top 3 holiday.
And it's so
for
funny
me.
with Thanksgiving being so close to Christmas and they're so similar and just the spirit of the family and
Yeah.
everything. But like, it's just like, I can't get enough of it.
No, I love it.
It's so much fun.
I second that. Third that.
So more to
I'm a
come.
Big Thanksgiving food guy too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Maybe we should shape it around food. And we really do. Like we talked
Yeah.
about having fish at the Batman Returns Christmas special.
Well, Christmas, we definitely have to do like a Secret Santa gift.
Oh, like a white
I
elephant.
think it's fun to watch people open up cool gifts. Like
I do
that.
too. And we could do like a white elephant game, literally right
Superheroes.
here live. And we like to where only you know what you bought.
That'd be cool.
All right. Well, we just found an item for that.
Yeah.
Cool. More gifts for me.
Movie rating tournament event. This is coming. I promise. This is going to be a tournament. It's going to be a lot to build. It's
Yeah.
going to be the biggest thing. It's probably the most ambitious thing that we're taking on.
Mhm.
I've realized. And that's great. It's just good to know that. More to come there. We'll even come up with ways to engage you, the fans, to help us build it. It's not going to be something we just drop on you.
Probably via Twitter with your polls.
I think Twitter's going to be the move on this one. If you haven't already, go check us out on Twitter. We're at Mostly Superhero. It's the only one where we had to be plural because it was just too many characters. Yeah. It is time to announce the winner of the VHS Watch Party Contest.
Oh, yes.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to announce the tie.
Oh,
We have a tie, folks. So for those of you that don't know, I think maybe what we'll do is let this go one more episode.
okay.
Because we got like a bigger fan base than before I ever
So-
started this thing.
So should you do the 2 as a poll?
I think we do the 2 as a poll.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 30 VHSs in here. We have a post. It's on all of our social, but I think if you're wanting to get the best effect and get your voice heard best, just because of where the most engagement is now, it does live on Instagram. And there's a nice photo. You scroll down a little bit of 30 VHSs where you can vote on your favorite one. Right now it's a tie between 2, and that's what we're gonna vote on. So I'll put it on Twitter too. We'll get the.
You gonna tell us?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Dogma tied with Jurassic Park.
Okay. Okay. Sad that On Golden Pond didn't get much pub, but
Or Introduction to Canoeing.
Introduction to
Pretty sad
Canoeing
about
was a close like 3rd. The Color Purple also had a lot of votes.
oh, thank God. I've never seen it, but
Shawshank Redemption. That's right there behind you,
Oh,
Mike.
Nice.
great film.
I would have loved that. And honestly, either one of these, I'm more of a Jurassic Park
It's
fan.
It's an easy vote for me.
What's your vote?
What is your vote?
Jurassic Park.
What's your vote? What's your vote?
If we get into Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Well, and that's kind of where I'm coming from, is that like I don't really know a lot about Dogma, and I think it'd probably be good for you to open up that genre.
Yeah. Because Kevin Smith, I mean, the comic book guy,
So I'm saying.
and you might start tagging stuff. We're doing a Dogma watch party. Hey, Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah, but man, I wouldn't want to tag Jurassic Park and Steven Spielberg.
You think he cares? I think Kevin
think-
Smith's more realistic. Like,
Well, you know
Fat
what?
Man.
This is where the real true test of power comes into play, because this is a democracy.
Yeah.
And whoever
I think both
voted
are
in.
good. I
So,
think both are good.
Go cast your votes. It's only down to these 2, so you don't even have to go find that post. If you just want to message us, you can go to mostlysuperheroes.com. You can DM us on Twitter or whatever. Jurassic Park or Dogma, whatever, we still need to announce the winner of the drawing. Don't worry. We're doing $25 food delivery, and you new voters will throw you into the bucket too. The plan is to watch this thing for a minimum 1 hour, and like probably the 3 of us live watch it.
Yeah.
We'll get the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube set up, and we'll live watch, and we'll do like almost like Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is a huge inspiration for me even starting this show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We can't show it. You'll have to watch it on your own if you want to watch along, but we'll have like it up on this screen, and we might do like a back shot, and I can blur out the screen for like post.
We'll do a countdown 3, 2, 1. You hit play, we hit play,
and whoever wins the drawing, you're gonna have $25 of food delivery to have your favorite stuff delivered.
Nice.
And we already talked about Batman, so lots coming up on the show. Man, guys, I didn't really get to say it too much in the beginning, but I really did miss you guys. Missed being in the studio. And the lady took some much needed R&R. My advice, if you're asking, it was fun. My advice to everyone out there: take a break. Take a break. Like literally, whatever your version of a break is. Like if that's 3 days at your parents', if that's 3 days in a Airbnb for $75 a night. Like there's ways to escape because we're all at home right now. The election's crazy. The pandemic is still happening. I hear you. Like just take a break, whatever your version of a break is. We're all working really hard, and I know it's, we're all feeling it. And we're just going to keep pumping out stuff for you to distract you, to have some fun. And, while we're all home right now, what a better time to revisit some old and new TV and movies with the boys and I, and all the stuff we're doing on Mostly Superheroes, and of course, Mostly Superheroes, the music show. Those are 2 shows that we have out there for you right now. We just dropped a new episode of Mostly Superheroes, the music show this morning. Thor Ragnarok.
Nice.
I like
Saw that.
Mike, Andy, how you guys doing? How was the show? And any final thoughts?
Excited for what's coming up. I mean, got a lot of stuff happening, looking good. I think we're reaching more and more people. But what makes a show great is when you guys send in stuff for us to kind of think about.
Yep.
We talked about today. We talked about our like Michael Myers. Is that a super villain? Like we talked about it today of a fan question.
Yep.
So like if you guys keep doing that, that's what's fun for us to kind of see. And Logan sees it, but when me and Andy are here, we just kind of roll with it, and it's kind of fun to kind of go off the cuff with that stuff. So get your stuff in
for sure. Just yeah,
Spider-Man.
I just also went on vacation too, and it was amazing.
Would you concur with my thought of like get out?
Maybe if you take a road trip, or maybe you're on a flight, just download an episode or 2, and
that's a move right there.
That's exactly what I did. It was the first time. So Steph hasn't really listened religiously since we started, and I was like, okay, well, you're gonna listen to a few episodes, and like when you're kind of like self-conscious about like listening to your own voice or like things that you do, I was like, well, we don't have to listen if you don't want to. And she was like, no, I was really into that one. I was like, okay, good.
That's really funny because Carrie,
I know we're doing well.
I know Carrie does something. She's like, she said it's so funny. She listens. She doesn't always understand everything we're talking about, of course. She's like, but it sounds like a podcast. She's like, it sounds like I listen. She's like, I listen to podcasts. It sounds like a podcast. And yeah, I'd love to have that feedback, from your close ones. But
yeah,
like Mike said too, reach out, let us know what you want to see. And, I mean, we've featured almost every single thing that's been thrown at us. And we love getting that conversation going. So I know it's all online, but maybe we can get people calling into the show. We got the studio phone 754 call log. I haven't checked it in a while. It's that phone from the park. But
I've been calling.
Yeah, if you've been calling, that's me. I just need to get on it.
Really weird pictures.
Now that I have the mixer back, this has the capability to have some of those more phone calls, bringing people in on Zoom. That's something we can do too. Okay. So think about that. That kind of opens up a door for us to have we could sit with someone right here.
Interviews.
If you want, if you're
all that kind of fun stuff.
And Mike mentioned it. We're growing, and we are at the phase of entertaining and interviewing sponsorships and partnerships of like-minded companies, and those conversations are happening. We're at the beginning of this thing, and we're looking to work with people that are just trying to do the same thing we are, spread some goodness, work hard, put out a good product. And if you have a product or a company where you're like, hey, this team might have an audience that would fit well with our brand. Maybe you make Superman statues. You better call us. All right, guys. Well, Giggler / Spider-Man, every wrestler known to man / PC Mike. Thank you guys. And listeners, thank you. Go check us out on our website. We'll keep you entertained there and on our social media accounts in between. We'll talk to you next time. Take it easy out there. Go vote. This has been Mostly Superheroes.